So in an attempt to try to change things up on the YouTube channel a little bit, we tried to film a regular thrifting video today. No Goodwill bins, no flea markets or anything like that, just regular Goodwills, a couple Salvation Armies, some other mom and pop thrift shops. But unfortunately, we struggled a good bit. I think we went to 7 thrift stores altogether, and like 4 of them we walked out totally empty-handed. So I wanted to show you guys this video so you can see like a realistic day of thrifting, like what you can normally expect with thrift stores, but also talk about why we shouldn't, as resellers, depend on thrift stores entirely for our inventory for our reselling business. This is a prime example of why that is. We actually have really good thrift stores here in South Carolina. A lot of you guys in other parts of the country struggle a lot more than we do, but it's a good idea to try to diversify your business a little bit. So we did find something at the last, or a good bit of stuff at the last Goodwill we went to today. So that was really good, kind of redeeming on the day. But overall, it was a struggle. So stick around at the end of the video. I want to go over 2 other reasons or 2 other methods you can use to source inventory that are not dependent on thrift stores. So stick around. Next up is this pet thrift store. It's like all the money they make goes to some pet shelter or something. The prices here can be kind of expensive, but we have found some stuff before. So fingers crossed.
First thing I'm finding are these pair of Brooks. They're in really, really good condition. They want $15 for them, but I looked up the style codes and there's multiple solds for 60 plus shipping. So I think I might grab these. It's $10, which is a little expensive, but it's a Vera Bradley and it's a nice bigger one. There's also a laptop case here. I think this one's a little too pricey at $7, but I think I'm gonna grab this.
The store did have a lot of cute stuff like this little fish dish, but it was $7.95. I just felt like that was a little too expensive. The other issue we saw at the store was that they wrote prices on items in Sharpie on the side of them, like not even on the bottom. Like I just thought that was very weird. You can't always get that stuff off.
This is a We The Free, which is a Free People brand, and it's only $5 at this thrift store. I think it's cute, kind of in style. Yeah, definitely gonna grab that.
Second stop of the day is this Salvation Army store. This is where I used to film a lot of my lunch break thrift trip episodes. Got this really interesting pair of Chacos here. Closed-toed leather, and they are $7. I think they're in pretty good shape. I guess this one does have a couple little scuffs on the toe, but $7 is a pretty good deal for those.
I just found a Peter Millar summer comfort shirt. It's a size medium, and it's got like a cool Texas Longhorn on it.
I'm pretty sure this is the logo to the Bulls Bay Golf Course down near Charleston, South Carolina. It's a very elite course, so this shirt should sell pretty well.
Just found this Untuck It. Does Untuck It still do well? It's a short sleeve.
Yeah, I guess this one. Looks in good shape.
Check it out, Josh. It's Coco.
Oh, new with tags too. How much are t-shirts?
I want to say they're like $3.99. Is that too much for that? Probably.
I mean, it's new with tags. I don't think so. It says large. I don't know if it's like a... It's definitely not a kid's, but maybe like a women's large? Or maybe just a slim?
Slim large.
Yeah, we'll get it. I ended up putting back those Chacos as well. It was a good price, like $7, but when I was like holding them in my hands, like one of the back heels seemed like loose, like it was like the stitching was about to pop out, and they're kind of ugly in my opinion.
In your opinion.
So I'm like, we'll just put them back. So we just got the 4 clothing items. I think we've already been to like 3 thrift stores today. The first 2 we didn't really find anything at very much. So we are headed to Goodwill. We tried the little mom and pop shops and Salvation Armies. So I don't know. I know in other parts of the country, like the mom and pop shops are typically better, but here, Goodwills are way better.
Ours are superior.
I think we got a pair of Sorel boots right here. Yeah. Regular price, so $8.50. Sorel boots. Those are kind of cool looking. I've never seen. I usually just find the ones that are standard. These do have some like color on the inside, but I don't think that's a big deal. Women's size 8. Zippers work. All right.
Okay, I know Columbia can be pretty saturated and a lot of the like basic stuff doesn't do well anymore, but this is a cool fleece button up and it's also a good size. It's an XL. I don't think I would pick it up if it was anything less than large. Really, anytime I see Patagonia, always pick it up. This one's smaller. I know I just said about the sizes, but Patagonia is typically a better brand to look out for than Columbia. Nice fleece, probably women's, although it does seem kind of small. Definitely a pickup though.
I've got 2 things right here back to back. A little Nike golf pullover. It's a size medium. It just has a little Nike check on the sleeve. A little pull right there at the tip of the check or swoosh or whatever, but that's not a big deal. It's got pockets on the side. Looks pretty cool. This should be $5.75. And then right behind it, we got the Schrute Farms Pennsylvania Beats B&B. A visit that can't be beat. And it's actually on the office tag. It's an adult large, really cool. Definitely gonna scoop that one.
Okay, you guys, it is a double Patagonia day. This one's nice. It's like the puffer jacket. Don't see any like stains or issues. Full zip, also a size small. I think this is a great time of year to be looking out for jackets because most people are not. Definitely gonna grab that. We pretty much pick up anything that says Disney on it just because it does really well for us. But I saw this. I saw the Disney Her Universe. I don't really know what that is. What does this say? Disney Princess. But it's a really, really cool Little Mermaid jacket. Mermaid at heart, full zip, satin, and the back. It has a back as well. So definitely gonna grab this for $5.75. It's also a nice size. It says 4, but it's pretty big. So yes. Okay, the next thing I found is this Lonely Ghost sweatshirt. I'm pretty sure I heard about this on Ashley Hustle at Home Mom's videos. Let's see, the back says, text me when you get home. I looked it up. I think a couple are listed for like 30 to 40 bucks, but there's multiple sold comps, like 25 bucks. We have 38 right there. So I think this is definitely a definite pickup. See, 40 bucks right there for that one. I think this is like a streetwear brand. That one sold for 21, a little bit less, but this will be $5.75, and I think this will definitely be a pickup. Okay, I know that LuLaRoe is so out and nobody buys it anymore, but these have Jack Skellington all over them, and every time we buy something with Jack Skellington on it, it sells.
I found a Gymshark bra just in there. Is that
Oh,
good?
nice. I mean, I think so. Yeah.
Looks good to me. I just found a bunch of t-shirts. I know they're not like super valuable, but they're only $1.50. So we got like the Chosen
The
one.
Chosen, nice.
We got a Schrute Farms Beats.
Yes.
New with tags. Got this really cool Disney one. I wish it was a little bit bigger. I think it's like
That's
an adult
cool.
small, but I really like that. We got Harry Potter Deathly Hallows.
Of course. Gotta get that one.
This one is not $1. This would be $4.75, but it's like the aft coast, like the fishing shirt.
In a nice size, it looks big.
Yeah, it's like a men's 2X, so probably get that. And then I found this vintage Titleist visor, made in USA.
Cool.
It's
We
got a
did pretty
little-
well.
it's got
Look
a
at this
little
full
bit of bend
buggy.
to it. Yeah, this has redeemed our day.
Yes, I just happened to see this Star Wars shirt. This is really cool, like all over print. Not all over, but you get it, like the front in Chewbacca. It's supposed to be looking like Chewbacca, and it's a really cool size. This is 3XL. So yes, 100% grabbing that. I guess that'll be $1.50, right?
Yeah.
T-shirt.
T-shirt. So shout out that last Goodwill for having to put
really saving the day there.
That was a lot of good stuff. I really like the Ariel jacket you found.
Yes.
I looked up comps. It wasn't as good as I thought. I think it like used are like $30 to $40 or so.
Yeah, I saw one listed for 35 plus shipping. It was a 1X, and I don't think I saw any sold. There were a lot of like Disney Her Universe kind of stuff that sold. Obviously, I mean, Disney makes a lot of products, but I didn't see that specific one. So maybe it's a little more rare. I don't know.
I think ours is bigger. It says, was it
4X.
4? So I think maybe it's like torrid sizing, where it's like the number is
Yes,
just
it
like the
is.
number of X's.
I
So
looked that up too.
So I think that'll be pretty good. But overall, like I said, I think we went to 7 thrift stores today. The first 2 stores we went to, we didn't find anything at all, which was kind of a bummer. And then we went like 15 or 20 minutes out of the way after that last thrift store to go to another Goodwill, and we didn't find anything there either. And then we ended up like 50 minutes from our house. Yeah. So, it's pros and cons. Like you never find like new good thrift stores if you don't explore and go to new ones. But then you also we could have just went to the Goodwill bins again like we normally do, spent 45 minutes there and probably found the same amount of stuff we did in the 3-4 hours we spent thrifting today.
Which we're very thankful to have that, at our Goodwill
Yes.
bins.
Shout out the bins. But a lot of you guys that are watching the video don't have a Goodwill bins near you, or yours isn't like as good, or it's just like a different setup. So we wanted to do a video like this to kind of change it up a little bit, but also that comes with some negatives along with it. I think there were several lessons that we learned in today's video. One is that you shouldn't give up altogether with thrifting. I mean, if you keep going to stores, eventually you'll probably find something. The Goodwill we went to where we found the big harvest of stuff was like our 6th stop of the day. So, not great. But also you go have other days where you just go to one Goodwill for like 5 minutes and actually find something. When I was on the way to camp last week, I stopped at a Goodwill just real quick to see if they had anything. Was in there for 5 minutes and I found a pair of Jordans. They were in pretty good condition. I think they're still in the car. I'll put a little clip finding those on the rack. It was $6.50, and I think they comp out at like 70 or 80 bucks. So you have good days, you have bad days. Don't give up. Eventually you'll probably find something. The second lesson we learned, I don't know if we actually learned it, it's just something I want to share with you guys. A way to diversify your sourcing strategy is to get into like more bulk buys, or like tell people what you do for a living and like what types of stuff you sell, to kind of open up that door for future opportunities. For instance, the other day somebody messaged me on Instagram and they said they had a bunch of comic books that they got like at a yard sale or something, and they didn't know anything about it, so they offered it to us for a good deal. We got 500 comic books for $200. I think it was like 150 bucks plus shipping, so really good. I don't think it's anything super old. Like we've got some Nexus or whatever, some Turok. That's kind of interesting. I know there was a lot of Doctor Strange in here. Deathstroke Terminator. There's the one of the Doctor Strange. So I don't know. I don't think it's anything too crazy, but $200 shipped for 500 comic books. That's a pretty good deal. And obviously, this isn't something you're typically going to find at a thrift store. I mean, maybe once in a blue moon, but you might find a bundle like this at a flea market or something. But even at a flea market, in the past, we've seen comics like $1 or $2 a piece. So 500 comic books would be $1,000. So $200, really, really good deal. And that comes from us, having an Instagram and people knowing what we buy, and like, I guess a little bit of an advantage when it comes to that. But if you just reach out to your local friends and fellow business owners and stuff and just tell them what you do, chances are you'll probably get access to some sort of opportunities in the future to make a big bulk buy like that. And typically, the more stuff you're willing to buy in one go, the better deal you're going to get. If you buy one comic book from somebody, they'll probably sell it to you for $5. But if you buy 500, that's when you can get the better deals. Another cool opportunity we had recently was our friend Dean, the handyman that we use a lot. His dad is a fan of the channel. He knows what we do. And he texted me the other day and said he was at the dump and this guy was throwing away this box of stuff. And it was this stuff. And he was like, I don't know what this is, but it seems like something that's might be worth, a couple bucks. So he saved it from the guy at the dump. And I just told him we'd, sell it for him and split the profit. And he was totally fine with that. So it's a collection, like a mixed collection of these Hero Clicks figurines. I think it's just some game or something. And then of course we have some Skylanders in here as well. Maybe only like 10 or so Skylanders, and the rest are the Hero Clicks. I think there's some like chase versions, like some limited edition characters, but I don't really know anything about it. We'll probably end up just putting all this stuff in a whatnot auction, maybe in lots of like 10 or 20 for the small figurines and 2 or 3 Skylanders at once. I think that'll be the easiest and best way to sell everything. But if Dean's dad hadn't known what we do, hadn't known about the channel or whatever, he never would have even thought about this stuff, and it would have been ended up in some dump somewhere. So that's another really cool opportunity we had to save stuff from the dump and make money for us and him. So definitely a win-win-win situation. And while this method has worked for us historically, just telling people what we do and having opportunities like this arise out of it, I know it's not super relatable for everybody, because you have to have a way to advertise hey, I'm a person with money and I'm willing to buy stuff if you're willing to sell it at a price that's profitable for me. For us, the advertising comes from our YouTube channel and from Instagram. But if you don't have that, you have to experiment with other ways to get inventory in bulk. I've seen people post ads on like Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, like, hey, I'm looking for Funko Pops, I'm looking for action figures. You can try that. It's just kind of competitive. There's a lot of people doing that. And I'll use this as a warning if you're wanting to get into like wholesale or like online liquidation and stuff like that. We've all seen the YouTube videos of people that buy an Amazon pallet for like $1,000 and they make like $8,000 in profit. And I'll say that is extremely rare. Like usually online stuff is just, if you make money at all, it's not going to be a lot. Like wholesale margins are thin. You spend $1,000 on a coffin box of merch and you make $200 in profit after everything's said and done. That's considered good. And so I don't particularly like margins that thin. There's a lot of work to make $200 in my opinion. And also with wholesale, something I've seen is a lot of these online companies will sell a bunch of the same stuff to different buyers. So if you have 50 buyers buying the same pallet of stuff, and the pallet is a general mix of the same types of items, everybody lists that stuff at the same time. And then when you have that much supply entering the market, it drives down the price of that. So it just makes the deal worse and worse and cuts down your already razor thin margins even more razory thinner. So it's just tough. I don't know if wholesale liquidation is a good substitute for thrift stores and flea markets and yard sales. I think we've all been a little spoiled by those margins. Go to the bins and find something for $1 and selling it for $100. You're not going to find that liquidation, not very often at least. So I don't know. Just like we said, don't give up on thrifting. Just keep going. You'll find something eventually. You can get into bulk buys. Just make sure you know what you're buying. I wouldn't buy like mystery pallets or anything like that. That's usually just a scam. So just don't be afraid of bulk buys. Don't be afraid of smaller margins if it comes down to that. But regardless, what we're wanting to get at is not limiting yourself to one sourcing strategy for your entire business. You never want to have a reselling business that's built entirely on the bins or entirely on flea markets or entirely on individual thrift stores, because that's very fickle. I think that's the right word. And it can go away pretty quickly. So having a nice buffet, a charcuterie board of sourcing options for your business is definitely the way to go. But hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Sorry if I've been rambling. I can get in a little bit of a soapbox when I talk about this stuff. But if you're interested in any hero clicks, I've got a lot of them. Thank you guys so much for watching. You're the best. We will catch you on the next one.